Alright, welcome back to Volkoff Plays Hades 2. Very excited to get started here tonight. So it looks like we'll be going up to the surface, starting with our very first run, if you remember from where we picked off, or we left off from last time. I'll be redoing my cards, and then checking out the surface, which is some new content we haven't seen yet. So thanks for joining us. We're going to go ahead and get started within the next 10 or 15 seconds here.
Which cards reflect my path?
Alright, this looks pretty good.
Very well. Ignium.
The things that I have seen.
Much deeper than it looks.
You have an animal familiar now. Well, your disciples are my disciples, young one. They shall be trained and cared for here while you're away, and they can fight me also if they like.
Yes, sir. The oath. To the surface. I was born for this.
What are you doing on the surface, young lady? How will you survive? Surely you know your line is bound beneath the earth. Your strength is better spent against our foes down there.
Alright, we're going to start off and take the cast.
No, you don't. What?
As the ill-fated princess feels her life force fade with every breath of surface air, her sole recourse is to return from whence she came.
What? Through all that. Together.
Obviously, there's a sense of urgency to get through this as quickly as possible. Looks like we're going to be taking damage over time until we die. For this, I'm just going to take one of these because it's going to fulfill a prophecy. Guess we'll do Rising Coil here.
How can I? A champion of Kronos. No! Return to Shadow now.
Well, that didn't last long.
Just a moment. You travel to the surface, knowing full well the fates decided long ago that those of your line could not survive there and would always be forced back to the underworld.
Their curse was palpable. I never intended to stay for long, just long enough to lend my relatives support. But it seems your sisters insist that I do no such thing.
Well, I don't see them around right now, do you? Incidentally, there was once an incantation that I happened upon, which was not intended for my eyes, but I now choose to think that it was intended for yours. Farewell.
Unraveling a fateful bond. Ugh, that wretched satyr. The way you can breathe out of water, so too could I breathe the surface air. All that you lost is all that you are, as Headmistress would say.
My greetings.
Thank you for visiting me last night, Lord Moros. So, hypothetically, if I were to complete a certain incantation that somehow loosened the grip the three fates have on my birthright, how angry would they be?
Please understand, Princess, that I am not at liberty to give advice on matters such as that, not even hypothetically. I trust I've been sufficiently direct in putting it this way?
In other words, we shouldn't be talking about this at all, and I assume all risk for my actions related to any potentially forbidden incantations that I've learned.
Yes, that covers it.
The fated list.
You all right?
Can I suppress my illness on the surface?
That's foulness, huh?
You visited the surface. I can't imagine that played out particularly well. At least you made it back at all.
It was draining. Even at night, something about being under the stars, I didn't know there were so many. It was more than I could take. You were right.
A lesson learned and an experience gained. The fates fates themselves do not want you up there. What shall you do?
I have an incantation to complete. I don't need to stay forever on the surface. I just need to hold on long enough to make it to Olympus.
Ah, then you seek to improve this aspect of yourself without rejecting it outright. I see how that may work.
It has to.
The good witch always figured you would make your way up to the mortal realm. Once you were ready and the situation called for it. Well done.
She warded the pathway there, until such time as I had the means to pass through. But the climate on the surface is another matter.
Your underworld birthright stuff getting in the way? A curse, not just a blessing, it would seem. Well, if your witchery got you this far, surely it can aid with this predicament.
That's the plan. Nemesis on break, I guess.
Some
It
delicious
gives it
bath
extra
salts
light.
here.
Yeah, it's
Trade you. The Hound and Polecat must have gone to scout. Hail, O spirits.
May we converse? Patience, young one. You were most brave to venture to the surface, and most foolhardy as well, debatably. Is there no incantation that could help?
I think there is, Commander. Except, it calls for reagents that can only be found up there. But how am I supposed to gather them before the incantation is complete?
Mayhaps just make a run for it, I don't know. So what if you can't stay long? Just grab what you need and get out of there.
It's not ideal, but... Zorafat. A healthy fear of darkness. I swear it, Nyx.
Doesn't look like that's going to do anything for us. While that weapon will give us bones, I'm thinking about maybe picking a different weapon just to grab one of these testaments and just going ahead and doing a run. Kind of in between two minds, you know? Or maybe the move is to go back to the surface again, see what we can gather. Now that I know we're going to be taking damage, I think I might do something different here as well. What, honey? No, I have to get the
Excellent.
regents to cast it. One more time.
Going up.
Why not?
Beginning assignment.
We get the healing hex
You are
here.
not meant to be here, little star. Your cursed blood shall fight your every step. Yet Nyx herself would understand the struggle that you face. She too once thwarted what the fates foretold. Please make your choice.
None of these are really helping, I don't think.
Wolf howl.
Together we shine.
As you require. You fought beautifully.
This again. Out of my sight.
Look at you, hot stuff. You made it to the surface after all. I figured that you might. It's maybe even colder here than down below, but that, at least, we can fix right away, I think.
This one would typically be best. I think I'm gonna go with this instead, though, just because we're not gonna be alive very long.
This isn't working. Return to Shadow now.
I think I got some regents right when I came in there, but I don't know if there's the ones we need.
I couldn't breathe.
So what's up?
You must remember something of life on the surface, right, Dora? Anything at all? I wonder what it must have been like.
I don't remember, and I don't wonder. Who cares? This is the life right here.
You must know what I'm about to ask, Lord Moros, especially since I promised many questions. You mentioned you were on a fruitless search. What was it that you sought?
Oh, well, the Fates do like to send me off to fetch them this or that now and again. My search in some respects was similar, though I'm beginning to think they tricked me.
They sent you to find something that couldn't be found. And you can't just tell me what it is, can you?
I think they simply wanted me out of the way, although I shouldn't speculate or further speak of this at all. Apologies.
I understand.
Looky who!
What is all this?
Miss me trouble? Thought I'd flit on over for a bit again and see how everybody's doing, since I'm welcome here and safe still, aren't I? Though it has been a little while.
It's not been long enough. Much as I wished you'd grown past your childishness, Eris, I can't imagine you've returned for any reason other than to keep it up.
What? You can't imagine I just want to visit my big sister, if not you? I get it. You're still mad I slowed you down before, but I will not do that again, I swear. So, truce?
We'll see.
Truce.
Look, I do want you to feel welcome here and safe. It's not just something that we say. All of us have lost something here. May this gift of nectar show my words are true.
Wow, made with real golden apples. Thanks, babe. You're the only one who's made a real effort to bring me into the fold. Say, why don't you take this? It isn't much, but I've been holding on to it in case I found a friend.
Oh, this really isn't necessary, but,
Huh?
thanks. Disgusting.
Don't bother.
Oh, Mother.
How long has it been since you visited the surface?
Too long. Cooped up here now in case you hadn't noticed. But it's a lost cause anyway. Why do you ask?
Hermes requested that I pay a visit when I can. Figured I should ask if you had any notes.
It's like I said. The dead are out and about up there thanks to our Titan friend. You'll feel right at home.
Sounds great. Art must be needed elsewhere.
From the shadows.
Headmistress, Olympus seems reluctant to ask outright, but I can tell my family there needs me. I cannot shake the sense that I have to help them before I can achieve our task.
You needn't shake that sense, for it may well be accurate. Are you still thinking of an incantation that may help you to survive such a journey?
I am. Up there, I'll be like a fish out of water, right? Suffocating. But with a proper incantation, I was thinking maybe I could hold my breath until Olympus is secure.
Such a spell shall not be simple. Though if you demonstrate that you're sufficiently well-traveled, then perhaps magic such as that shall help you go farther still.
I'm counting on it. Must be an incantation that can help. One to keep track of. Stay strong, my friends.
Behold!
The oath calls to me. By will of night. Into Erebus. Olympus.
As you set forth, I bid you do as does the shark, my niece. Surely you know the shark? A hunting fish that swiftly surges ever forward in relentless pursuit of its prey.
We're going to take the sprint here. This is a pretty useful sprint then. As you can see there. And we're definitely going to hit up Chaos. I mean, how could we not?
Hit me then.
When you return to Shadow, I briefly sense your presence in the infinite abyss. So I have seen that the servant of the three fates found you in that hidden place. He relayed to you a secret, did he not? Respond.
You mean Moros? His secret was about the surface, about how I can survive up there. I know this goes against the Fates' designs, but Olympus needs me. And to achieve my task, I need them.
I see. As you may know, I am uninterested in the Fates having undue influence. Perhaps you may find a catalyst here for this incantation, whether they like it or not.
this can grow into exactly what I need.
Oh, that was rather nice. Thanks, Chaos. For a guy that's holding a skull that's barfing a baby out, you're pretty cool. I've got to do this, which means I'm going to be spamming the special attacks. But man, every time you exit the location, you're gonna heal 10. That's pretty nice. We'll take this one.
You now are changed accordingly.
The final reinforcements.
This is for you.
I draw you down, O moon. Lend me your light.
If the might of Olympus were sufficient, the gods would have already put an end to their predicament. Time itself is against us, yet this is precisely the time for which we Silver Sisters have prepared. Now.
I like this one because it's just, does a big round number of damage. Easy for my smooth brain to understand.
Total eclipse. You shall be feared.
Chaos curse.
I see something of use.
Good find. Phrenos, do your thing. Nicely done. You again. Vanquished.
Okay, because I have Arachne Sash on, and I know this is an Arachne encounter right here, and we're going to get some kind of dress that's going to be upkept by our sash, I'm going to go to the right. Otherwise, it would pretty much be a no-brainer to pick up the buff, or the boon here, but I am going to go to Arachne.
So soft, divine. I spin my threads and catch whatever comes my way. Pleasant memory, always on my mind. And in the dark of night, to the break of day. I spin my threads
can catch whatever comes my way. Some new cocoons there. No, what is that? An amphibian. Do get it out of here, my friend. Please help me get it out.
Steady yourself, Arachne. This is Freenos. Freenos is a friend. A familiar friend of mine, in fact. He means you no harm at all. Your stash of flies, however, that we may need to safeguard.
Oh, that is a relief. Well then, Freenos, if indeed you are a friend, then you are welcome here. And if you'd like a bite to eat, then you are more than welcome to that too.
The move here is the go plus cast damage, because usually this would be very easy to lose this, but with our sash, we shouldn't have that problem.
What a sight you are.
Of course, I mean, I don't have a cast yet, but I trust that we should be able to pick one up pretty soon here.
Do come again, won't you?
Shadow Spinner. Can't go full blast. Shadows dissipate. Out of my sight.
You've got Selenia's moonlight shine on you, eh? I'll not deny it has a certain power and allure, but such a cold and distant light next to a scorching flame? There's no comparison.
Yeah, I was just looking at chat while Hestia was talking here. Going back to that topic about Apollo's moons, yeah, they kind of suck. I'm not a huge Apollo fan so far. There might be something I've missed high up his tree, like a duo effect or something, but I've been more than let down by that as well. It's a bummer I just took 24 damage to my armor in that encounter, but I always seem to struggle with that guy. Okay. I really love this one. Whenever your attacker special deal damage, you restore some magic. Man, that might have to be the one I go with. My thought process here is I've got the strongest hex. I have to spend 90 magic to cast it, but if I just run around with Poseidon's sprint and knock into people, I'll spend 5 magic apiece. And then every time I damage people, I'll restore that magic, and I can start really casting that hex in earnest. So we'll see how this goes here.
No threats nearby. Not thirsty, but hey. I got you this. If this treat is to your liking, then it means we share a bond. I do. Rocky, pleased to meet you. Let us protect each other from now on. See you at the crossroads.
We shall not be lonely.
Just watch your aim.
See that?
Nice shot.
Good evening.
Appreciate the backup. Why has Olympus sent you all the way out here anyway? I thought you'd have gone back by now. You're always welcome in the crossroads.
Appreciate it, sister, and I might stop by, but I don't mind the woods. As for why I'm all the way out here, mostly to spy on you. Olympus likes to be informed.
I'm certain that they do. Do you ever slip up with them? By now, the other gods must have their suspicions about you and Hermes.
Depends on who you're talking about, I guess. But for the most part, they just think we're young and flighty. But we're the best they've got.
I think Lethal Snare has the chance to be a really good spell, especially if we continue to leverage casts. We still need to find a boon that gives us some cast damage.
There. Farewell for now.
Come. Now. Acceptable.
At least the family knows about you now. Always wanted to say, message to Olympus, Persephone and Hades had another kid, and she's all right. But Heck knew we had to wait, and she knows a lot, so my lips were sealed.
So for this one, Greater Evasion's usually like the top tier Hermes buff in my opinion, just the passive dodge. However, Mean Streak is also pretty appealing. If we work quickly, that bonus damage could get pretty high up. Nimble Limb's not the biggest fan of. I think if we found that with the axe, that would be really cool. I haven't had the chance to do that yet, but that would be typically where I'd pick this one. And then obviously, yeah, Greater Evasion's up there, but yeah, we'll go with Mean Streak for this.
Something nearby.
Mine. Damn it.
Presumably, you must have known, as likely all the unmarked packaging concealing this boon was soaked all the way through.
Sea Star is probably the best one here. 10 seconds isn't super long, but with how we've been kind of operating, we have been rushed around. But I am going to take Sea Star. Just the fact that you can double a palm is enough here.
Yes, my lord, I spoke the oath, if that is what you mean. Thus in shadow I serve, and to shadow I'll return ere comes the light of dawn.
Come forward. You spoke the oath of the unseen and would enact Knight's testament this eve. I sensed the growing fear. How much of it is yours?
A healthy fear, no more no less, headmistress. I'm honored that you granted me the right to take the oath. Assuming it was your doing rather than Commander Skelemia's.
Best not to speculate too much. 'Twas your own doing most of all. Then face me on this terror-stricken eve. You have made certain vows and shall experience the consequence. The all-consuming flame. Suggest you run. Impeded you for long enough this night.
Well,
go.
I was
Make
able
the
to
most
squander
of
every
this
bit of that
attempt.
armor, so I'm almost proud of myself for being so competent. But we'll be switching out our drinking
Victory.
as a result.
Always use more. The Titan.
Headed down. I shall wait. Oh, very wise. Ah, so Poseidon gave you his blessing, has he now? What are you going to do? Pour water on me?
Oh. Done there. A gift from the earth.
Thank you, Rook.
Next. All right. The path of stars. The sheer might of the moon.
Yeah, that was very
Risky to
profitable.
unseal a
I'm
different
very
path.
excited to continue to use the Hex as a central part of this build.
An even trade. now?
Damn, dog, are you alright? You, look like you got mashed. Oh, it's Kronos.
Your efforts have not
Man, he
gone
is really
unnoticed,
butthurt after that ass
granddaughter.
whipping we gave him the other night.
Welcome to the verdant meadows.
This rift should open if I concentrate.
You know something of time and dream. You survive, but you do not learn.
Made it back. Oh, yes. Took me for simple prey.
I'm gonna take Splash Fount because we've been using so many Omega moves here.
They'll drown.
Very, very different build on this run than I think I've ever had before thus far in this particular game. It's leveraging a lot of different skills, so I think part of it is I'm taking a little more damage because of trying to get used to where to use these moves. But this is pretty cool. And it's hard to beat doing, 1,000 damage right off the bat.
in between my brother's realms. Though if it's any consolation, those aquatic monstrosities you face
Oh, that
are in
was
for a
so
real shock.
satisfying. I wish we would have got the cast. We're still lacking a cast piece to this build. When we get that, if we can get one of the good ones, this build is going to be absolutely S tier. So, it's just, this is an interesting one here. I think we're going to have to take the blitz damage. I don't want to prime magic because of how the build works for us right now. So I don't really want to do that. So we're going to take Heaven Strike. Alright, we're going to go see Narcissus here. He always gives us a nice gift.
Like,
What's all this?
just totally, I mean, right? You again.
Narcissus, how did you discover this place anyhow? I'd not expected to have a friendly chat along the outskirts of the underworld.
I always knew my way around the rivers and the seas. After I died, I got stuck in Asphodel for a while. Way too dry. So once the underworld opened up, I swam straight here, where it's cool.
Gotta take this one because it's a boon. I mean, yeah, it'd be great to take the max life, but this is definitely a move here.
Sure thing.
In we go.
I have something for you.
Name of Hades. Oh. You test my patience. Enough of this. Down we go.
Oh my. I think the magic region's where it's at.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Poseidon. You're really a nice guy, I tell you. Maybe we go another level of toasting pork.
Always a treat. The honors, please, Phrynos. See you in the crossroads.
It's kind of a nice perk from that familiar, and he's the first familiar I've used, but that minigame was a little bit time consuming, so just being able to just claim the psyche for no reason is pretty tight. Everybody's queued up.
pretty game. So tell me, lady, how is it that you seem to know our tricks? Other than the part where we keep playing the same act. Usually it slays.
The great tactician Odysseus says hello. Told me all about you. You claim you never let anybody get away. Though I understand, all but 6 of his hapless men got well away from you.
Odysseus? Oh, he's still on the hook. Big fish like that just takes a while to reel in, as he might say. Our song must still be bouncing around in his pretty little head. And now for yours.
And just to note, you know, again, credit to Supergiant Games for making really another masterpiece. These songs have been stuck in my head all day, so she's not wrong, but I'm gonna have to whip her ass for that now.
Sing along, everybody!
Check you later. This build is just absolutely it's silly. S+ tier. I just can't wait to see how I blow it.
No sirens, thank the gods. I'd best switch keepsakes there. To firmer ground. Look for the markers. I won't wind up like all these wretches here.
Love getting a hammer early on.
A path of golden petals shall guide you. Smackers. Foolish. for what's mine. Flourish.
That's great. I'm gonna have to pick that one.
My staff. That should have done it. There.
Brainer there.
Just try and take my blood. Hold still. No blood where you're going.
The dead are as innumerable as the sprigs of wheat within the morning fields, but do not make for the most satisfying sustenance for the unspeakable monstrosities therein.
The dead have suffered enough.
There it is. We're gonna get some cast damage.
Greater might.
I would love to have the echo encounter, but man, that's I gotta take the second hammer.
No need to engage. Ash for my arcana.
God, that is so immensely satisfying. This is a great one just because it kills armor, which can be quite the pain. Prophecy needs me to pick this one. But, man. I don't have a special boon yet, and that's the other thing, but I think I'm going to have to take this one. Just armor being
Enchanted
what
for
it
the
is, a bigger problem later in runs. Speaking of which, here's some armor for us.
Just one more. I should be able to get out, I think.
Here's a much more difficult decision. We could make the hex stronger, and that will also give us the chance at a palm. The alternative is taking some extra health, which we only have 100 max health. There's another Hermes over there, which gives us a chance at greater dodge, and then some money, which is kind of useless. But this is a pretty difficult decision. I think because we have Sea Star, and there's the chance of getting a duplicated palm, I think I'm gonna pick left. But there's an argument to be made for both sides.
More of those shades. First my foes. Mistakes were made.
You can say that again.
Yes.
There.
That's awesome.
There's one. There's the bow.
Sprint's being used so heavily, it's definitely the right move there. Okie. Wish I had more than 5 health, but we'll do what we can here.
I need this.
Pray for some food in the shop.
In the name of Hades.
I'm gonna take Geyser Spout. No, I don't know, actually. I might just go ahead and take the specials upgrade. Yeah. We'll go ahead and take it. It's not the greatest, but we don't have anything upgrading our specials currently, so. Okay. Wish I had more health, but it is what it is, so.
I know you're angry. Believe me, so am I. I can't do this. Not true. You'll soon be good and clean. Cerberus, you're free.
Oh, get in. Holy shit, man.
The dreaded Hound of Hell.
This is
assumes
a
again
whole different
shape so
thing right now.
sinister as scarce can be described.
Return now to your master and abode. Next.
Might leave this damage reduction from Guardians here because we do have the Kronos fight coming, and I'm looking to clear, honestly.
That's good.
Legions loyal to the Titan of Time yet guard the underworld's major passageways, but remain unaware of certain secret methods of descending deep into the realm.
Secrets of the unseen. One last drop. Almost there. Did Kronos build all this? Should be a clear path to the house.
As predictable as the turning of the gears throughout this place.
Out of my way. traitors. Worth taking the longer route. Cerberus.
Who goes? You.
Fierce hellhound Cerberus has many fangs, but little trust to spare.
Father, while I know this wasn't necessarily permitted, I thought if maybe it would be of any comfort at all, that I might offer you this nectar.
Exactly like your brother, last. I fear I'm not in any mood or state for such a thing. Concern yourself not with my comfort, but with the target of your wrath. Such a cacophony occurred after you last visited. Exactly when I cannot say. All of the Titan's wretched servants flew into a panic. Their cries would not cease. What transpired?
Perhaps they were concerned for their master, or busy trying to bring him back to life. Because I slew him, finally. And it won't be the last time.
Blood and darkness. Then you accomplished that which once took half the blasted strength of Olympus. All on your own.
Not on my own at all. I had their strength, if not their support, as you've given me yours. Father, we can stop him. And for now, we can kill him.
He shall seek vengeance with a renewed zeal. This entire plot of his is driven by the same impulse. Then kill him if you must. At least, his many deaths ought to keep him occupied.
Okay, this is a pretty tough decision here. We're not taking Unseen Ire, which is the only thing we've taken from Hades in my previous runs. We're spending so much magic. I think we've got to use this one, which is going to summon urns every time I spend 60 magic. It sure is tempting to take this one and just take Kronos down by 20% life, but just with this build, I think this is the way to go.
It won't be for naught. Denied.
Alright, I'm going to purchase both of these.
Come on out. you. Go, Freenos. Good.
Alright, it's a boss battle for a Hestia boon. We bought that item, so they're gonna offer us something to swap out. If it's a special, so I think that would be the preference since we're really not using that one.
Oh great, the treasury. Where does Kronos find these things?
Man, that was a really hard fight there.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Hmm. I think we're gonna take this one, take controlled burn. I mean, this swap, I don't want to swap out my attack. It's just working so well. It's also tempting to use glowing coal because this lets you aim your casting circle, which was very pivotal in that first Kronos fight that I had, was the ability to do that. Yeah, we're gonna go glowing coal. Hope I don't regret it. Oh yeah, no, this is great. That's gonna be great. That's gonna be great. Yeah. That's gonna be awesome. Okay. Another exciting piece added to the build here. So, you know, with our relative lack of struggle and, you know, hubris might be my downfall here, but we can choose to take an extra room here to go after some additional money, and I think that's what we've got to do based off the dominance that we've been exhibiting here. You know, I see your question now, Muskie. I don't think the mana burn is tied to the boon on the attack. It's the Daedalus Hammer ability instead. So it's just basically all attacks are double, but they cost 5 mana apiece.
Foes eliminated. 2 more chambers.
Oh man, let's just cross our fingers that the triple palm gets duplicated.
Stay where you are.
I think I'm gonna take the extra casting damage. This explosion damage is a one-time.
So close now. Sand skulls.
Another money room, you know? I might have to do it.
In you go.
Might as well buy all of these, really.
Should come in handy.
Another triple palm, don't mind if I do. Dude, this build's so broken. I'm almost sad because we're almost at the end of the run. Because it's like, I just wish I could play with this build every time. I guess I'm gonna take. I might take the sprint damage.